Okay, and we're recording. So good evening, coaches, and thanks for joining us for the weekly Ripcore Rockstar weekly call. So we have a lot to cover tonight. We only have a very short 30-minute window of time. So I'm going to go through it pretty quickly, and if we have some time at the end, hopefully we'll be able to answer some questions as best as we can. We have some, information, but not a whole lot just yet. So I'm just going to kind of run through some of the things that that I found just through the back office, but also some of the notes that I took while we were in Cancun, and they were discussing these launches with us there. So I'm going to start with the Cize information first. First and foremost, the FAQ for Cize is 2361. And I'm kind of a pen and paper type of person, so I will pull that up and print it out, and I keep all my FAQs kind of in one place. It's easier for me when I'm home to refer to that instead of having to scroll through. So FAQ 2361 for Cize. What we know so far is that it is a 4-week program. The workouts are going to be between 35 and 40 minutes. And they were saying in our group in Cancun that that it's not going to follow a regular calendar. What that means, we don't really know just yet. Sean was saying that he's going to break it down to a couple different levels, like are you a backup dancer, which would be me, or are you like music video quality dancing, right? So I think that's how they're going to maybe structure some of the calendar, is to, your levels at which the points in which you think you are. Do I know that for a fact? No, it's kind of what I'm guessing. But they did say it's not going to follow the normal calendar. So it's going to launch July 20th. That's basically the day after we leave Summit. Summit is July 15th to the 19th. And usually they prep us. For those of you who have not gone to Summit before, they will prep us that whole week. We usually get to do a workout while we're there and experience it and have everything ready to go. Shh, dogs, sorry. Have everything to go so that on the 20th, when it launches, we're going to be able to just have our customers be, going online and ordering. Word to the wise, if you've ever dealt with any of these launches before, it's a bit of a cluster. And typically the systems go down on that day at some point. They do try to release them in stages, like sometimes they'll do the challenge packs first, or they'll do just the base kits, or they'll, do them like that, so that it makes it a little bit easier, I think, on the system. But July 20th, it will be a bit of a cluster. I always try to emphasize to my customers and prospects that it is going to be busy. It is going to take a while to get through and get your orders through. And I encourage them to be as patient as possible, because sometimes it's just a mess. But that's the launch date that they've given us. They also said that there will be a Cize certification at Summit. They have not released the dates or the time. I looked at the Summit website again today, and all of the certifications are taking place on Wednesday at various times throughout the day. So my assumption, and I don't like to make assumptions, but my assumption is that it will probably take place on that Wednesday. At what time, I don't know, TBD.
Did you look at the new app that they put out today?
Yeah.
Okay, and it wasn't on there?
No, it wasn't. I looked at that as well. And again, all the other ones, the PIO certification, X3, Turbo Kick, all of them have a time slot, and that does not. But it does say it on the banner, Cize certification.
Yeah, they did say that would be available. They said that in Cancun. The other thing, too, is they usually do sell the program to the coaches at Summit.
Yeah.
So just so you know, to prepare to have the money to buy it there and the room to take it home. It's usually not that big. You can usually
the packaging, even if it's in a standard box, you can usually take some stuff out and still put it in your suitcase. Also, in past years, and Michelle will probably, tell you too, I've bought a couple of programs that have launched. Bought like 2 or 3 of T25 or something like that when it came out at Summit, or apply it. That's totally up to you, obviously, but again, make room in your suitcase to bring some of that stuff home and to shop at the core, where you'll buy, Beachbody clothing that you can't get any other place, really. And instructor wear as well too, if you're getting certified at any of the certifications that week. Okay.
Should I share with them the picture of when I was shopping at Summit last year?
You should. You should totally post it. She had her arms, full of clothes. She had like hangers hanging all the way up her arm. It was ridiculous.
I will find the picture.
If you don't have it, I probably do somewhere.
No, I have it.
All right. So there will be Cize workouts at Summit. They will launch it the day after it's over. They will have certification. Again, that is TBD. As far as promoting Cize, they already have launched the email collector. That launched actually on the 16th. And I already worked it out. Mine's working, so I know it's up and running well. If you're not familiar with the email collector, basically you have a link and it's embedded with your coach ID. And then you can send it out to your customers, and it kind of puts them on a list. And as information becomes available for Cize, they're going to get emails for it. And it also puts them into like this contest where they're giving away a free base kit of Cize. So everyone who, puts their name into the email collector, and I say, do it yourself too. I did it today. So I know it works. And the one thing I do want to make a big note of, though, because I want to read it exactly as I printed it, because this has been an issue in the past, I know, with me personally. And if you haven't experienced this, congratulations. But you may come across this in the future. One of the notes that they made as a quote-unquote note states this: if a customer receives a link from a coach who is not assigned to them, purchase credit will still go to their assigned coach, regardless of the owner of the ID in the link. The purchase will be credited to the currently assigned coach on record, unless the customer requests the coach change. So even if you send your best friend Sally the link, that Sally's coach is Jenny down the street on the block, then she's, I know, where did that come from, right? So she's got Jenny for a coach, but Sally is like her new best friend, and she sends her the link, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Yes, I'm going to order this from you. So she orders from Sally because she wants to, give her the order. And meanwhile, Jenny's going to get the credit. She is the coach of record. So this has happened to me at least a dozen times. So either, have the discussion with your customer or prospective customer, and either have them make sure they sign up with you and have a free account, or just ask them, say, are you working with a coach? Do you have a coach? And a lot of times people just don't even know. So, have that 2-second conversation with them. That way, if, they do come and order from you, that you'll actually get the credit, and you don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of having them call customer service and switch to you as a coach, because we all know how that goes down. It's never as fluid as we would like it to be. So I just wanted to make that a really clear point, because again, I've had it happen to me. One other thing, as far as links go, I was thinking about posting some links for the trailers for Cize and for the supplement, the performance line that's coming out with the recording of this video. But I decided not to do that because I don't want there to be any confusion. I want you guys to go into your back office and get your link to those videos under the video section. My fear was that you would cut and paste my link and send it to somebody and be like, oh, here's the link for Cize. Here it is. And meanwhile, it's embedded with my information and my coach ID. And I didn't want that to happen. So I'm going to just sit here right now and encourage you, go into the back office, go under your videos and get your link with your coach ID in it, and have that ready to go to be able to send out regarding Cize. And the e-cards are coming soon. No word on that. They just said coming soon. And as far as prices, challenge pack information, talking points, challenge group guides, all coming soon. So that's what I have right there as far as information. I would say on other talking points regarding Cize, to be bold, be vulnerable. Obviously, Ryan and Scotty and a lot of the elite coaches who've gotten their copy of Cize to view and try out are starting to post videos. I will probably post a video of myself and maybe my children doing Cize, even though I will probably make a giant fool out of myself. But you know what? I think people need to see that vulnerability sometimes, and they need to see that, hey, you know what? Like Shaun T says, anybody can dance. We can all try, and we're going to get a great workout out of it. Put it out there. Don't be afraid to. And show off, like, your new moves. I'm hoping to actually learn some good dance moves here that I haven't learned from Michelle yet. So the other thing I would say that they mentioned actually in Cancun was, and I don't know if any of you have any affiliations with cheerleading groups, or your daughters or nieces, or you're a coach for a cheerleading team, but to incorporate Cize into the routines. And how cool would that be? To be able to take some of those awesome new moves that we're learning and incorporating it into a cheer routine. I cheered, Michelle cheered for a long time. And just having some of those really cool moves that maybe somebody else, other schools aren't incorporating. That's just another great way to kind of get it out there, but also to just utilize it. And then finally with that, the infomercial is going to start running in May, is what we heard. And we will be able to get a sneak peek workout, so a trial workout in June through Beachbody On Demand. So as long as you are a club member and have Beachbody On Demand, you'll be able to try that out in June. So I think that's what I have so far. Are we thinking of questions? Hopefully, I think we're doing okay on time. I'm going to run through the performance series really quick. Okay, so the performance line, FAQ 2416. Pretty awesome. I'm excited to find out more about it. I, like Michelle, tend to be more of a science nerd. I want to learn how it's really going to, improve performance, how it's going to fuel my body, how my body's going to react to it. Like, I want all this information that we just really don't have just yet. It was developed and designed by the Harvard-trained scientists, and it's based on cutting-edge sports science. So everything that they're learning right now, they're testing. They've been working out right now, in the past few months. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by my animal over there, not my children. What they're trying to do is really to improve performance and recovery of the human body. So they've put out a 5-piece system, and they are going to launch it the same day as Cize, July 20th, right after Summit. So again, be ready to go with that. It's going to be 2 huge launches that day. The email collector for that contest is 2421. So if that's the FAQ for that one. If you have any questions that you want to run by for the email collector, same deal as Cize, where someone's going to fill out that information, they're going to submit it. It's going to have your coach ID embedded into it. They're going to receive email updates and be entered into the contest to win. Actually, I don't know. They didn't specify what they would win. I don't know if they would win the whole 5-product package. I'm not sure. It was not specific on that. But that email collector launch is actually by the end of today, the 23rd. I just tried the link before we came on and it still wasn't working. So just so you guys know, it starts at the end of today. E-cards are coming out August 1st. So a little bit of a ways away. I know, August 1st. I went back to recheck that one, but yeah. The banners, the pricings, the challenge pack, FAQs, talking points, all of that coming out in July. So we don't really have a lot of that information just yet. As far as the breakdown of the products, the first one is the Energize pre-workout. And it is to improve intense exercise performance, increase energy and endurance, and sharpens focus and reaction time. It helps avoid lactic acid buildup during your routine. So this is your pre-workout formula. You're going to take this, I had the time frame listed up there, between or right before your workout, sorry. Sorry, my animal's making noise. I seem to have lost one of my pages here. What's the matter? Okay, let me see. Can you hear that? Oh, here it is. I don't know why she's talking right now. Okay, so second one, hydrate. Supports hydration during exercise, replaces electrolytes lost during exercise, fuels working muscles, and it improves endurance. Excuse me. Come here. Come here. Oh my gosh, if it's not the kids, it's the dogs. I have one locked up. The other one I'm just going to hold right here. And apparently she needs attention more than my children do. Okay, so the third one, recovery post-workout. We're going to be taking this one about an hour after our workouts. It is what they stated, a different protein structure. How that affects the body, I'm not really sure. I'm interested to learn how the different protein structures will improve or speed up muscle recovery, promoting lean muscle synthesis, combating exercise-induced muscle soreness, and improves muscle strength recovery. So again, we're going to take this one about an hour after our workouts. And then the recharge nighttime one, we're going to take about a half hour before we go to sleep. Be ready to wake up and get going. It supports overnight muscle recovery. Carl and Tony both stated that they were pretty impressed with how good they were doing waking up in the morning after taking this. And Carl apparently is like me because he hates morning workouts and just drags himself, to get up. And he's been taking this supplement line for about a month, he said, and has been just ready to go in the morning. He's waking up, he's ready to get moving along, and has really felt energized and revitalized. He's pretty excited about it. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna, if they're gonna be flavored, if what everything's gonna do and how it's gonna affect us. The final one is the creatine, and they list this as an add-on, and I'm just curious about that, just because I know that a lot of people don't want creatine as part of their supplementation, and I think that's why they just put it as an add-on. Whether or not they're going to bulk that stuff together as a package, I don't know. Again, curious and interested to find out how they're going to bundle that, and whether they're going to do the 4 and then use the creatine as the add-on. Obviously, there are people who want to use the creatine, bulk up, but as far as I know and from what I've read, they haven't released any of that information. Have you read anything, Michelle, about how they're going to bundle?
No, haven't heard anything or seen anything.
Okay.
It seemed pretty on the down low still. Mm-hmm. I think that they really want to release more of that information at Summit. I don't even know if they'll put more of that in the Super Saturday videos. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and they might do that as well too. Leave a little something for Super Saturday and for Summit. Okay, so just a quick recap. Cize launching July 20th. E-cards, talking points, etc., all coming soon. The email collector is already up and running. And certification at Summit for sure, but the date and the time, TBD. And then the supplement line is launching also on July 20th. E-cards, all that good stuff coming soon. Email collector should be working as of tonight. Like I said, it wasn't working when I tried it just before this call. My words to you would be start promoting now. I don't think it's ever too soon to kind of get a little word out there. Are you going to slam it across your page every day for the next 2 months? No. Maybe, I don't know, maybe have a little blurb constant like ticker running. But start getting it out there. Put those, sow those little bitty seeds and get them going. Hi, I know. And start posting links. Get people interested. I know I just actually posted another link today of Carl and Sean when Sean was trying to teach Carl how to dance on stage this past weekend, which was hilarious and priceless. And if you haven't seen it, I'll send you the link to that one, because I think we were all crying from laughing at that point, and my hand was like shaking. So we have a few minutes here, very short. But, oh my gosh. Does anybody have any questions? I'll try to answer them. Michelle, you can chime in if we have, I think, 9.5 minutes. So if anybody has any questions.
Do you have any idea how the new performance line will affect the current E&E and R&R, things like that?
Yeah.
I'm assuming Shakeology will still be in existence.
And, and actually that's a really great question, Amanda, because I did read actually in some of the literature today that I was going over that it does say that it's not to be, I think, used in conjunction. Like, let me pull the exact verb.
Don't mix it in with your Shakeology.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That would make sense. Because I'm just wondering with, all the calories from supplementation, so to say, what they'd recommend.
Well, the E&E is only 20 calories. Like that's not high calorie, but the results in recovery, if you do the 2 scoops, is pretty hefty.
Yes.
So, I love the results in recovery, and I get a lot better results physically when I use it. And I hesitate to, because I'm 5'2". I don't get a lot of calories as it is, and I'm a little choosy about which ones I'm putting in. And so it depends on the program that I'm doing at the time, whether I use it or not.
Okay.
It was funny because I was just having this conversation this morning exactly with my husband about, I'm like, God, I hope this new post-workout is not as high calorie as the results in recovery. But, they really gave us no information about, is it replacing energy and endurance and results in recovery? Is it a better line, a different line?
I just got hooked on E&E. I'm like, what should I do now?
I love E&E.
I know.
Yeah.
I agree.
I didn't think I could, but I do.
I love it.
It took me longer to get onto the E&E board than the results in recovery. I actually loved that from the beginning.
Okay.
And as far as the amount of scoops, I've always just done 1 scoop. I've never done the 2 again, because like what Michelle said, I'm pretty choosy about where I'm going to get those calories from. Am I going to get 200 calories from my post-workout drink? I can't afford that, actually, in my calorie count for the day. I'd rather spend that 100 extra calories on a yummy snack. And
I'm very curious to see everything, because this is, obviously this is right up our alley.
Yeah. So,
they're saying great things. Tony Horton, if you guys have ever read his books or heard him speak, he's very, very choosy about the food he eats, the supplements he takes. If you've never read his book, it's phenomenal.
I'll have to look for that.
And he really, he's very, very choosy about what he uses. And so when I heard him talking about it and really raving about it, I was like, ooh, that really piqued my interest about it even more, because I know how he is about the things that he uses. So this must be a pretty phenomenal, line that they've come up with.
I do actually have a little clip of that as well too, Michelle. I'm going to have to post. I have all these little clips that I took, and I was they were speaking about this. They had Sean and Autumn and Tony up on stage with Carl. I started filming right at the moment where Tony was saying that the supplementation line is like crack cocaine. And so, of course, I turned the video on. He's like, it's like crack cocaine. And I'm like, but it goes.
Can you also cuss in there? Cussed in there somewhere.
Like,
this link is good. Oops.
Yeah.
I'll have to post that as well too. But it was, he was really amped up about it and pretty excited. So, and like Michelle says, he's not usually one to jump on board. He's pretty skeptical. He definitely does his research. and is not just going to be right there to be like, yeah, I'm on the bandwagon. I love it. It's Beachbody. No, he's pretty good about saying, I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to try it out myself, and I'll give you my opinion on it.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah, that's all I really have. Michelle, do you have any other information?
No, I mean, go ahead. What did you say? Oh, that I read. No, I haven't really seen anything else about, those things. I did attend a really good seminar on Shakeology when we were there. So I'm going to try to put a PowerPoint together this week and do that for our team call next week.
Great, thank you.
Can
I just double check to see if somebody can see me or hear me?
We see you.
We see you.
Okay, all right. Okay, sorry. Then you heard me yell at my kids earlier. Okay, sorry.
We heard nothing.
Right there.
Okay.
We heard nothing. Don't worry. So hopefully next week I'll be able to get that together and give you guys some good tools for Shakeology, because she gives some really good info.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about that too, because we didn't unfortunately get a chance to really talk about that afterwards. I mean, there's so many other pressing issues, at the resort to attend to, other than the
runners were key.
Exactly. I had to come home and make my own bed. But no, I'm really interested to see the presentation, Michelle, and hear more about what you guys learned, because just even from listening to Shay on the National Wake Up Call a couple of weeks ago, it's pretty powerful. I actually printed out the copy of that because I wanted to go back and highlight some things that I found really interesting in there that I knew I wouldn't remember otherwise. So, and I do that sometimes, again, pen and paper, old school over here. I will print out the copy of the National Wake Up Calls and just have them in a binder, and I highlight the parts that pertain to me or that I feel like I could use. We all
do they have that just in the Coach Online office?
Yeah, where you get the call in the news and training section, where you get the old calls, the archived calls. There's a little just dot right under there that says copy. You can just click on it, and it's like a Word document. Just download it and print it.
Okay. I'm gonna look for that. I always just use the podcast app, so it's missing out.
Sometimes I use my phone for a lot of things, but I still use a handwritten calendar most of the time, and a notebook to keep all of my notes in for everything. It's me, But I'm gonna wrap this up. If no one else has anything left to say, I don't want to run us over. Are we all good? Are we set?
Just one quick question. So I'm assuming that the ingredients of the performance line, that's still to come, right?
Yeah. We don't have any of that information yet.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see what they put in it.
I am too. Yeah, I think we all are. I think we're excited, but just curious. And, I think that I tend to be a little bit more of a skeptic. I just want to know what exactly I'm putting in my body. That's why I love Shakeology so much, because not only do I feel that it's great and wonderful for my body, but I'm okay with fueling my kids with it too. Not that I'm going to give them, hydrate or the post-recovery workout. But, that said, I want to know too what's in there, and they'll give us all of that information for sure.
Yeah, I mean, all the information is out there for Shakeology too, so I'm just assuming it will be out there for this. So my kids actually had Shakeology for breakfast this morning.
Mine do a lot. My son particularly, and he's not my picky eater, but he's the one who fusses sometimes in the morning and we run out of time. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, it's a shake. And he's like, a shake. And I'm like, why don't you just tell me that like 20 minutes ago? We could have saved the whole screaming and yelling match. It's fantastic for sure. But as soon as we find all that out, we'll either relay that on to you, give you the links. We may all find out at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much for taking time out of your evenings. I know on the East Coast it's pretty late right now. So let you guys get some sleep tonight, go to bed. I need to put my surprisingly quiet children to bed downstairs.
It worked.
Who's attending Super Saturday?
Yes. Sunday.
All hands should be up Sunday, Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday.
All right.
We're always a day behind. I hate that because I see Michelle post all this stuff. She's all excited. She's posting all kinds of things. I'm like, we don't know that yet. We don't know it yet. But yeah, absolutely. If you are not signed up to go to your Super Saturday, you don't know where it is, you better find it. And that's a whole nother call about of going to these events. I mean, honestly, cannot stress it enough. Cannot stress it enough. Find a way, get there. If you can't, tell them you want to host it. Tell them you want to host it, and they'll send all the materials to you, and you can actually download it. Michelle, I think you did that once. I've done it.
Yeah.
And that
it's
way you
closed out now. It's closed out for this one. They won't do it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Just got to go to an event
You have
then.
to go now.
Go.
Go.
I found out today that they're definitely doing a Cize workout. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna get certified in that.
You know what? The events are definitely worth going to. It's not always convenient. I wasn't even sure until probably today that I was even going to be able to get to this one on Saturday. But, I moved some things around and pulled some strings, and I'm going to be there because I know the importance of it, and I need to be the example to my team of the importance of making yourself present and being there. And you learn a ton. It's just like I was saying earlier about, even going to the live workout, in Cancun. Like it's just a whole different vibe and feel, and just the feeling of the community of Beachbody. We're kind of working our business as individuals on a day-to-day basis per se, and these events are just where you really connect with the other people who are on the same mission as you are. It's just very cool.
Yeah, and I totally agree with Michelle. And honestly, I even as a new coach, I didn't get it until I went to Summit for the first time, and I was so blown away. I came back with so much information and so much excitement and so many ideas in my head. I couldn't even implement all of them. And I still get that same feeling from Summit, and I get that same feeling from Super Sundays. I really do. I'm excited. I was thinking about it today. You just leave there, and I don't know, the feeling in that room it's just contagious.
Mm-hmm.
And like Michelle said, you want to be a great example for your team as well too. You need to be present there. But there's something that you walk away from from those events that you just can't get from looking at stuff online. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited.
Do
you guys know that I'm basically going to be quitting my job in like August?
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your YouTube videos of you dancing. I want to see.
I know. I'm looking forward to that too. My caption will be, well, you don't have to look good to get results.
Mine will be something like, well, I can't keep a beat, but I'm going to keep going.
Exactly.
I'll be counting. I'll be like 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for being on here tonight, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks for hosting.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.